Question one, part one. Oh, people say that Vietnam is a country with tropical monsoon climate. Actually, I don't know how to describe it precisely because I'm not good at geography. But I can say that in Hanoi, the city where I am currently living, we can experience all four seasons of a year with obvious differences like the weather is very hot in summer. Even we can make omelette during the middle in the middle of the noon, and it is extremely cold in winter. Question two. Absolutely cold in winter, because during this season I found myself become more productive and energized to complete everything. And moreover, the feeling of being bury myself in a warm blanket is the greatest feeling that I have ever had in my life. In contrast, in summer, I always feel exhausted because of the heat, and sometimes even it drives me crazy without an air conditioner. Question 3. Actually, I'm not, because in my family, my mother is the one who mainly plays that role. She always keeps her eyes on weather focused programs and tells everybody in my family to bring jackets or umbrellas or raincoats in case it's raining or cold in the next few days. Question 4. Yes, definitely. I even spent 3 years of my life living in Ho Chi Minh City, and one of the reasons that made me decide to move there was the weather. My friends told me that the night in Ho Chi Minh City was quite comfortable, like the autumn in Hanoi, the city where I am currently living, and it could save me from getting respiratory diseases. Today, I would like to tell you about the weather pattern that I enjoy, that I treasure the most in a year, which is the cool in autumn. Many people see it as the most comfortable and romantic period on the year round, and I myself have the same opinion with them. More often than not, autumn comes at the beginning of September. After experiencing the muggy weather in summer, we are always eagerly waiting for autumn to come, not only because of the cool climate that it brings that makes us pleasant, but also by the stunning scenery that is only available during this season. You can easily see red leaves drop on the street when you take a stroll, or smell the aroma of milky flowers creeping into every small alley. You know, it's much perfectly with nostalgic person. Moreover, autumn is an ideal time for me whenever I want to make an escape from the hustle atmosphere of Hanoi. At that time, after working hours, I usually go to my childhood park to have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or to simply wander around the area of the park to let my head down and enjoy happiness in such trivial things. Believe it or not, this activity play a pivotal role in people's lives, as when everything happens fastly and they don't even have time to self-reflect or to listen to what their hearts are saying. Part 3, question 1. It is true that the way people choose dress code depends heavily on weather patterns. For example, in winter, when the weather is extremely cold, people tend to wear clothes made from warm materials like wool, like sweater, and so on. They try to dress as tightly as possible with multiple layers of clothes so they can keep their bodies warm. You know, and there are even some who cover their whole bodies with clothes and just reveal their eyes so they can drive. And we have a funny slang for this kind of person, which is ninja. In contrast, in summer, when people can even make an omelette during the noon, they try to dress as comfortably as possible to stay cool. So with men, we prefer tank tops or short pants, and with women, they tend to wear, skirts, t-shirt, or whatever ties the clothes that make them feel pleasant. Question 2, part 3. It is true that weather has a profound impact on the lives of the people in several facets, but what my mind is thinking about now is two primary factors. The first one is the people choices of dress. As I mentioned above, in winter, people tend to wear thick coats or long dresses so they can keep their bodies warm. But however, in during the hot season, they are more inclined toward dresses that make them, feel comfortable and cool, like tank tops, like skirts, like t-shirts, and so on. The second factor is the people's health. In summer or even in spring or autumn, as far as I know, people have no serious health problems. The only thing that makes us feel, unpleasant about the heat is just tired and sluggish it might bring. But in winter, people, especially the elderly, can easily get respiratory diseases like cough, like flu, like sore throat. Question 3, part 3. This is an intriguing question for me, as this is not a topic I'm really into. I just think that thanks to the development of technology, weather focused programs on TV can predict quite precisely what the weather will be like the next few days. And opinions are divided into two groups, who cares and who does not care about it. Talking about the first group, they are the ones like my mother who always keep their eyes on such programs so they can know what the weather will be like in advance, like when it will be turning cold or raining, so they can, prepare their plans carefully. The second group, including me, often turn our blind eye on such programs, and we usually relied on our parents to know the weather patterns. However, such information is also sourced from from weather estimation sections on TV. I know it's quite weird, but it's true. Question 4, part 3. Of course, there are several festivals associated closely with seasons in both Vietnam and in many other nations around the world. For example, in Vietnam, we are always eagerly waiting for spring to come because it's the season of Tết, our biggest traditional holiday. At the time, every family members, no matter where they are, will come back and gather at home to have dinners, to share the ups and downs throughout the past year, and welcome a thriving new year within a cozy atmosphere. In addition, we have the Mid Autumn Festival taking place in the middle of September. This festival has the myth associated with two mythical characters living in the moon, which are Hằng sister and Quậy uncle. It's the festival specifically for children, but adolescents and adults like us also take advantage of it to have a chance to hang out.